Heavy-handed opening shot of skulls and cemetery to tell you Harry Potter ain't for kids anymore. This old man noticed the light before it was turned on.
Harry!
Oh hey, the Hogwarts assholes finally stopped sending Harry back to spend every summer with abusive relatives.
When did you get here?
Just now, you?
Last night.
Oh wait, no they didn't. Assholes. This 2-second clip of Robert Pattinson falling out of a tree was the only audition he needed for Twilight. Is the boot just sitting out here in a field the rest of the time when it's not being used as a portkey? Did someone come out here even earlier this morning and set it in place?
Why are they all standing around that manky old boot? That isn't just any manky old boot, mate. It's a portkey.
Of course it is. You can now officially transport using anything in the Harry Potter universe. That looks like one broken bone, several sprains, and a handful of future chiropractic patients. Harry Potter adults would much rather see the kids hurt themselves than teaching them anything useful, as always.
Home sweet home.
But who put the tent up?
Excellent.
Unbelievably convenient spell makes one wonder why there are such things as conflicts in the magic world.
Blimey, Dad! How far up are we?
I'm still trying to figure out why stairs exist at the magical Quidditch arena. What, no magical spell or elevator? Malfoy somehow reaches from all the way down here with his cane to catch some of Harry's supposedly loose-fitting jacket and stop him in his tracks. That's racist. Damn, all that build-up for the Quidditch Cup and we don't see one bit of it.
Get back to the portkey, everybody, and stick together!
What portkey? The boot was the portkey and then they landed in a field. So, are they supposed to run back to the field, or all the way back to the random English hill that contains the boot? Also, hundreds of thousands of magical people, and instead of ganging up on a handful of Death Eaters and overpowering them, they all scatter. Haven't these people seen A Bug's Life? Main character gets separated from the group because of an unrealistic scuffle in a large crowd cliché. So, everyone's dead? Or did everyone escape and then they burned everything to the ground? You see, the problem with these cutaway to after the action is over shots is that they confuse the fuck out of the audience. Oh, come on. They burned this whole place down and Harry somehow survived the burning and the smoke inhalation? Didn't get trampled by hundreds of thousands of people running for their lives? Didn't get kidnapped by Voldemort's minions?
What crime?
It's the dark mark, Harry. It's his mark.
Oh, the burning down of a whole village is not the crime they're talking about. It's the scary firework. Wait, they're going straight to Hogwarts after all this shit? Honestly, why even travel by water at all if you're going to go by magical, completely submerged boat? Why don't these two other schools just have all the students take a portkey to Hogwarts? It wouldn't make for nearly as cinematic an entrance, but it definitely makes for a more logical story.
Hogwarts has been chosen to host a legendary event, the Tri-Wizard Tournament.
Apparently the announcement of this very special event just happened today, with the competing schools knowing way in advance before any of the students at Hogwarts did. To be fair, this is how we imagine all French girls, whether they know magic or not.
And now our friends from the north.
The North? Isn't Victor Crumb from Bulgaria? Isn't Hogwarts in England? Or does Crumb play professionally for a Bulgarian Quidditch team and go to school in some Scandinavian country? Wait, the best seeker in the entire magical world is a high school student? This fork was stuck much further into this guy's hand in the previous shot. Stupid Tower of Ice Cream Scoops is stupid.
To explain all this, we have the head of the Department of International Magical Cooperation, Mr. Bartimus Crouch.
Who isn't the least bit busy after that terrorist attack that happened yesterday. Mad-Eye Moody was the only one who could stop it from raining. Roll credits.
3 years from now, when we're old enough to be chosen.
Wait, they're doing another Tri-Wizard tournament in 3 years? Then why wasn't there one during the first movie?
It's not going to work.
Again, I ask, why are the wands, which bond themselves to their owners and seem so fucking important in the first movie, sometimes just not remotely necessary?
Harry, you put your name in that goblet of fire.
No, sir.
You asked one of the oldest students to do it for you?
You mean that could have worked if he did?
The Goblet of Fire constitutes a binding magical contract.
What happens if you break the magical contracts? Who enforces them? Is there a magical contract dispute court? Who represents the inanimate goblet in these proceedings?
He is, as of tonight, a Tri-Wizard champion.
Well, technically Quad Wizard champion. Something is so obviously wrong, it's ridiculous they can't overturn this. Everyone stares at the main character POV shot cliché.
If we are to truly discover the meaning of these events, perhaps we should let them unfold.
I agree with Severus.
Wait, you mean you can do something to keep him from playing? And instead you're thinking, what's Voldemort up to? Well, better let Harry play so we can find out.
Let you know what? You know, bloody well what.
Why is it so obvious to Ron that Harry is a no-good f***ing liar? I mean, the goblet isn't supposed to pick 4 people, or 2 people from the same school, or allow 14-year-olds. Something is clearly wrong.
The bird bite.
Harry immediately drinks his own blood after possibly Rabbit Al bites his hand. Why is this the one and only time in all 8 movies when 2 people who need to talk to each other while in separate places use this fireplace phone?
The Death
competitors at the World Cup. Your name rising from that goblet. These are not just coincidences. Hogwarts isn't safe anymore.
Seems like I've heard this in all the movies so far. Oh well, if she uses magic for the pen and paper, why does she need an actual photographer to take the pictures? Oh good, more movie tricks to avoid showing the audience that, while expensive to film, would actually be more entertaining than watching Harry listening to it. Also, why the f did you put the spectator stand so close to the fire-breathing dragons? And why did you build it out of wood? Earlier, this thing's fire breath stretched like 30 feet or more in the forest, but now it goes 10 feet, hits a small human-sized rock, and turns back. Because physics. This dragon chase scene is awesome, but didn't you say they'd been given a golden egg to protect? Not they've been told to kill you? Is the dragon intelligent enough to know that none of the other hundreds of people back at the stadium are going to steal its egg? Was this part of Voldemort's plan? I mean, Moody is a fake Moody. They staged Harry's name being in the cup, all just to get him to win this tournament, but everything would have been f***ed if Harry had slipped and died here, as any non-main character person would have. The dragon broke free from his chain and is a threat to the school itself and all the students now. Is there any reason none of the teachers step in to intervene here? What if the dragon was fire-breathing at Harry and a bunch of fire was headed for a section of the stands? Would they have stepped in to save the kids in the stands? Bullshit. Why the f*** is this dragon climbing around the building? Did it forget it can fly? They've just been listening this whole time? The f*** would they do if the dragon was already in London ravaging muggles? And the dragon was never seen again. Some say it's still falling. This noise.
I reckon you have to be barking mad to put your own name in the Goblet of Fire.
Harry and Ron's reconciliation makes no sense. No one knew how serious the tournament was until now, not even Harry. So the fact that everyone now knows it's truly deadly doesn't change anything about the possibility that Harry put his own name in. If Ron was pissed before, he should still be pissed.
The Yule Ball has been a tradition of the Triwizard Tournament since its inception.
Now it just sounds like you're making shit up as it goes along. Also, Yule Ball festivities will now take up 15 minutes of this movie's time just so we can see Ron and Hermione get pissed off at each other.
Inside every girl, a secret swan slumbers, longing to burst forth and take flight.
From now on, I'm calling my penis Secret Swan. Amusing scene, but why does a school stop classes to teach students how to dance? Golf gloves and nipple hats. 2 hour and 37-minute movie spends way too much time on the giant love story. Wait a minute, no one's asked this girl out yet? First off, that's racist. Second off, she has so few options that she says yes to the first Weasley that comes along. That's actually abuse. This is not a safe way to store a boat for the winter. Why are they arriving to the dance by carriage? If Hogwarts is the destination, where did the carriage rides originate? Supposedly plain girl makes her grand entrance down the stairs as a beautiful swan when everyone is looking cliché. Also, Hermione isn't old enough to be hot yet. Won't be too much longer, though. That's right, you guys. I got the 14-year-old. I'm nailing her in the room of requirement later.
Spin around like a crazy elf, a dancing by himself.
Magic-based rock and roll act owes Billy Idol a ton of f***ing money.
Would you care to join us?
Would not care to join you and Victor.
Jeez, Ron's character motivations are so base he might as well just be a penis.
The whole point of the tournament is international magical cooperation.
What? They aren't cooperating, they're competing. Those two words are literally antonyms.
I think he's got a bit more than friendship on his mind.
Yeah, he's not the only one. You can edit that part out, right? This woman's height changes in every scene she's in.
Actually, we don't really talk at all. Victor's more of a physical being.
Haha, gross. These are the most glass-free glasses I've ever seen.
You know the prefect's bathroom on the 5th floor? It's not a bad place for a bath.
If Edward Cullen is suggesting to Harry Potter what I think he is, that beats my fanfiction.
Just take your egg and mull things over in the hot water.
I know we want to keep the audience guessing, but why wouldn't Cedric have just said, dude, open the egg underwater and listen to it? Phasma phasmatis ex machina.
When's the last time you held your breath underwater for an hour, Hermione?
When's the last time Hermione had no clue what spell to cast to get Harry out of this problem? The Triwizard Tournament is a dick to underage students who didn't even volunteer.
We've agreed. Reward him second place for outstanding moral fiber.
Harry gets extra points for cheating. Also, the only reason you made Harry compete was because the rules were important. But now that there's life on the line, the rules, am I right? How does Harry have third-person views of Dumbledore's memories?
Give me the wretched name!
Barty Crouch!
Junior.
Barty Jr. runs because the accusations of a desperate man in a cage aren't easily denied.
But he had no choice. The evidence was overwhelming.
Yeah, the word of a crazy convicted magic felon. That's overwhelming evidence for sure. Diggory's dad is here? Where's Fleur's dad? Or Crumbs? Oh right, Diggory's gonna die here in a bit, and we need that money shot of his dad wailing over his body.
First person to touch the cup will be the winner!
You could have jerked off in the first 2 events. As long as you survived, you can win just by touching the cup. This being a maze with huge hedges, this would seem to be an awful spectator event.
Together! 1, 2, 3!
Sportsmanship.
It's a portkey.
Why did the cup travel with them on this journey, but the boot didn't travel with them in the initial portkey voyage earlier in the film?
Shall I divulge how I truly lost my powers?
Anything that'll give Harry enough time to get out of this. We're all ears.
When dear sweet Lily Potter gave her life for her only son, she provided the ultimate protection.
A bit of magic that saves people from the killing curse? Why doesn't everybody learn this? Was Lily the only one who knew how to do it? The f***?
I'm going to kill you, Harry Potter.
Then do it already! Oh hey, Harry and Voldemort have their wand streams crossed. You know what you should do? Take another 4 movies to get us back to this exact same situation. Also, whenever my brother and I cross streams, we definitely got some on the floor.
Harry, take my body back, will you?
Sure, Cedric. As soon as I get done battling the Dark Lord. Top of my priority list. Harry is saved by some bullshit ghosts because of some bullshit having to do with his wand and Voldemort's wand connecting or some bullshit. Why does the portkey return them to the grandstands instead of the spot back in the maze that they left from? Barty's Polyjuice potion just happens to wear off at the right moment for the big reveal to Harry.
Imagine how he will reward me. I have once and for all silenced Harry Potter.
At first I thought you weren't killing him because of that only Voldemort gets to kill Harry Potter nonsense, but no, you could have killed him like 20 times since you took him here. You mean to tell me the entire tournament from the beginning of the school year until now was rigged just to get Harry to touch a portkey? Couldn't they have just made a portkey out of his breakfast waffles or something?
Barty Crouch, Jr.
Doctor Who is that?
Priori incantatum. You saw your parents that night, didn't you?
Yeah, and it was total bullshit. Who the f*** are these people waving at? And don't give me that they're waving at the French people on the horses nonsense, because there's no freaking way anyone can see them this far inside the castle. Over 13 minutes of f***ing credits.
Very good. It took Cedric ages to riddle it out.
I'm the world's most dangerous predator.
Brucey, you and the exquisite Julie Madison have been going out forever. Are you going to tie the knot?
From the lowest dungeon to the highest peak, I fought him, the Balrog of Morgoth. Until at last I threw down my enemy and smote his ruin upon the mountainside.
The Yule Ball has been a tradition of the Triwizard Tournament since its inception.
Did you think that miserable oaf would have led you into the woods if I hadn't suggested it?
Think Cedric Diggory?
I told you to open the egg underwater if I hadn't told him first myself.
Do you think Neville Longbottom, the witless wonder,
Could have provided you with Gillyweed if I hadn't given him the book that led him straight to it.
Hey, don't treat me like I'm some member of your goddamn fan club. Are you telling me everybody got the answers but you?
Jimmy was the kind of guy who rooted for the bad guys in the movies.
No, don't stop! He's bewitched, Cedric!
Get off me!
He's bewitched!
You know, in CinemaSins land, the books may not matter, but that doesn't mean they don't exist.
Erased from existence.
Many of our favorite films simply wouldn't exist at all if it weren't for books, even if Hollywood still screwed up most of them. But you're a new media-savvy consumer on the go. You don't have time to sit down and read a book. You've got movie sins videos to watch, not to mention whatever the hell else it is you fill your life doing.
So much stuff.
Enter audible.com/cinemasins. Audible has over 150,000 audiobooks, and you're sure to find one of your favorites narrated by someone with a calm, soothing voice.
It rubs the lotion on its skin. It does this whenever it's told.
So get the rich storytelling and depth of character that comes from the books, with none of the reading, by signing up today for a trial offer just for our viewers at audible.com/cinemasins today.